Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789. And welcome, and hopefully your day is off to a running or a walking start. At least if you can walk, that's great too. I like to add humor to the aging process, or rather, better put, the seasoning process. I am sort of frustrated when people say, "Oh, I'm so old,"
And I try to correct them and tell them, no, you're just seasoned. And that's one of the wonderful things about the aging process, that you can get a chance to see more seasons. And we are blessed in Michigan that we have a choice. We have 4 seasons, as you all know. Spring, winter, and fall. And also, the problem that we have, aside from spring, winter, and fall, is that they all many times come in one day. We're blessed that because of the change of weather, and this is true of life, we can adjust to it. And as I've always recommended, if you want to enjoy life, rather than bemoaning what you cannot do, accentuate, as they say, accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Anyway, no one wants to hear the whole song, so I won't do it. One of the ways that you can really enjoy the seasons is to, rather than feeling sorry for yourself and isolating yourself, the most important part, assuming you're in reasonably good health, is you got to move, you got to exercise. And the good news is, if you have had the opportunity to sort of retire, I like to say refire, then volunteer. And many times people just brood that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. And the truth of it is, every one of us has still got ability that can be benefit to others. And the fact that there's a great icism, as I like to call them, that states that everyone is too old for something. Nobody is too old for everything. So you use your talents, and I can't strongly encourage you more than join up with a service club or a house of faith and volunteer to help the needy. It will make you feel so good that you probably won't really feel frustrated that you're not generating cash. Money is necessary, no doubt. But what is more important is you and your health, and you're making a positive difference in life. I am so excited about having a perfect example of an individual like that, and that is Patty Schubert. Patty Schubert has got this phenomenal, simple approach to giving back. She and her church has developed a team to help the poor people that are out there on the streets and needed people. So rather than my trying to describe what she does, why don't we have Patty Schubert say hello? Hello, Patty Schubert.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful. I've enjoyed our brief talks that we've had in preparation for our talk. And rather than my trying to describe what you have done in the past and what your title is over at the House of Faith and your project, why don't we have you do it? So, Patty Schubert, tell us who you are, what prompted you to do what you're doing, and what are you doing, and what's the name of the church?
Sounds good. My name is Patty Schubert, as I said, and I'm a plarner. And a plarner is a person that crochets. And what we do is, because we help the environment by what we do, is we take up collections of grocery bags, A lot of people never know what to do with all these grocery bags from Kroger's, Walmart's, Meijer's. And our church, I'm a member of St. Rock's Catholic Church in Flat Rock, Michigan. And all our parishioners, they donate their shopping bags to us. And that we crochet mats for the homeless to go underneath their sleeping bags that they stay dry. And so it's been an adventure I've been involved in 3 years. I'm a volunteer there, but I enjoy it. It is on Thursdays from 1 to 3 at the church in the educational center. And we get together and we perform the work, and also we socialize. This is a great way of keeping busy. I'm retired. So this is a fun way, and the way we do it is once we collect the bags, we have a group of women that sort the bags out, sort the bags to colors and also the size. And then we make sure that we put the bags back into place, that when the person goes and cuts, everything's pretty even. So then from there, we have people that cut strips. You get 4 strips from a bag, and the strips, we need 2,000 strips for one mat. So you can only imagine the work it takes. You need 500 shopping bags to make one mat.
Wow.
But we cut the strips in 3 inches, and then from there we stockpile them, put them away till the person can. We have another area that the people tie the strips. We tie the strips together. We make a ball, and then the next job is the crocheting. We use a cue size of needle. And if anyone does crochet, you know how big that is. And we crochet it. And the mats, like I mentioned, are 6 foot long to 3 foot wide. We also make a carrying strap for it, for that when the homeless people are walking the streets with it, that they can walk around their shoulders to keep it up there till it's bedtime. We donate these mats all over. We do them locally. I keep some in my car that if I find homeless, I will stop and give it. We give it to Africa. We donate them to Asia. So they go all over the world. And it makes you feel good to do something like this.
Wow.
As I mentioned, we've been doing this for 3 years. So it's a good feeling to do something like this.
Well, you know, that old saying that converting, not to belittle, converting garbage to gold. Obviously, we can't make gold, although it would be great if you could. You're converting plastic bags that many people find a nuisance, and instead of being a nuisance, you actually rejuvenate the bags for positive use. So how long have you been doing this? Has this been around for a while?
Approximately 3 years now. Approximately 3 years.
Now, the name of the church again is Flat Rock?
St. Rock Catholic Church. Flat
Rock. I'm trying to write this down, so
not
please
a problem.
repeat.
Take your time.
And the phone number for the church, or should they contact you?
Well, the phone number really wouldn't be applicable because you wouldn't get to any of the partners that way, but I can give you an address, and we welcome all the community.
I see. Okay. Well, the address is what? Go ahead.
25022 Gibraltar Road.
I see. Okay. And
the
if anyone wants
134. And we meet in rooms 7 and 8 in the education center of the church. Every Thursday from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock we meet.
1 to 3. Well, that's a nice
just bring yourself
time to meet.
And yeah, we have a real good time. Like I said, we perform, and also just socialize. It gets you out of the house.
Well, that is so vital that you have an opportunity to get out of the house, meet other, obviously, people who live in the area, so you probably meet your next door neighbor that you never get a chance to know what they are like, and you meet them.
Right,
and,
exactly.
Church. So, and a wonderful thing about that getting out and all is that you develop new friendships, and I cannot stress the importance. And now they're finding out, believe it or not, when people are isolating themselves, and unfortunately that's one of the downsides of the many from the virus, is that people actually became depressed because they were not able to mingle with other people. So here you have the best of both worlds. You meet other people, you're doing something good, you're taking plastic bags that people normally find a nuisance anyway, and converting it to make a positive difference in people's lives. That just knowing that you've helped that one person must give you such a wonderful feeling to know that not only locally, but apparently you're doing it internationally. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I wondered how many people you would get together at these meetings. Approximately, how many people show up?
Depending on people's schedule, we've had as much as 36 people to 12 people. So it just varies on everyone's life schedule and, how many people we can get. I've had people come in from Monroe. They've heard about us, and they come in and they donate their time, from Toledo. So we're getting out there, what we do. And people want to come in and help us. And everyone's invited.
Wow. And if anyone is interested, can they just call you direct, Patty?
Well, what they can do is show up on a Thursday at the church, and between 1 and 3, and we will train you, teach you, show you, and sit down and socialize with the people. And once again, we meet on Thursday, 1 to 3.
I just wondered, don't want to put you on the spot, but would it be too confusing for someone to bring their grandkids to help, or did you try to focus strictly on adults?
No, grandchildren will be fine of age, that they can do this. Yeah, they can sort. We have grandchildren during spring breaks as going on now, and everyone's welcome. Everyone's welcome.
Well, I have got this acronym that might be appropriate. I call it LIFE, LIFE, and that stands for Linking Intergenerations for Enrichment. Well, what I see here is you bring in young people and you teach them how to prepare these blankets. They, in turn, might help the seniors on getting a computer. So,
exactly.
And that way you can communicate and enjoy each other. And there are so many young people that I've been fortunate enough to meet over the years that really want to help seniors. And here's a perfect example. Now, if anyone is interested in starting and implementing it, I assume you'd be open to giving them instructions on how best to do that. Is that correct?
Oh, definitely. Just show up and we can teach you. And
there are a lot of seniors that, would like to be able to do something that they could feel proud of that they've accomplished. Now, you sent me a phone number directly to you. Do you mind sharing that, or I can give it out?
Well, like I said, that I was thinking about that today, and that won't do no good because they won't contact any of the
I understand. So I'll tell you what. Anybody that's interested, I purposely have a toll-free number, 888-489-8980. Again, that's 888-489-8980. I give that out all the time. I can coordinate having them in direct touch with you, Patty. And as far as the mats are concerned, what's the size of the mats? How large are they?
They're 6 foot long by 2 foot wide. We make them.
Wow. Okay. All right. That certainly accommodates me. I'm only about 5'7" now, so that would work out. So it's appropriate that you're doing the project at the Flat Rock Church and a House of Faith, and that is really the essence of what religion should do, and that is to open it up and help the needy. And I'm a member of the Rotary Club and the Optimist Club, and whoever is listening that's involved in those clubs, that might be something that you may want to participate in as well. Life, can be looked upon as a opportunity not only for yourself, but to make someone else's life even better. There's another icism that I like to quote, which states that how many times have you heard people say, "Oh, I'm just one person, what can I do?" The truth is that to the world, you may be just one person. But to one person, you could be the world. Anyway, Patty, it's been a delight to talk to you. We'll talk to you again and keep on matting along.
Thank you, and have a good day.
Right now, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to do a brief radio spot to our sponsors, and we certainly welcome sponsors. Don't go away, folks. We will be right back.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW, stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs sterilize, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all. Just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity.
There's an interesting thought about that whole process. I heard an interesting remark about aging in dignity. You know, in the Bible, no matter which one you subscribe to, there's the theme of helping and honoring your parents. A lot of people confuse when they hear that message coming from the Bible that you should honor your parents. They assume that you have to love your parents. The truth of it is that you do not necessarily always have the opportunity to actually love your parents if you live in a disgruntled household or grown up there. But it says honor. And honor does not mean that you have to bow down and do all kinds of shenanigans to show your appreciation. If you've had a reasonably good relationship in your family, especially with your parents, provide a dignified way that they can live. And that's part of the reason we do the show, Bright Side of Aging, because we have ways that if your parents are living by themselves and struggling, there's independent living, assisted living, in-home care. We can do it all if you just give us a call at 888-489-8980. We want to help you so you can help them, and that way you can help yourself as well. I have some other thoughts I'd like to share with you about the bright side of aging, but unfortunately not today because we're trying to wrap it up, and I never want to leave this segment without my best and loving passwords, words that you may find helpful. Think about it. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift, and that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other and achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
Welcome. I purposely pick sponsors that I feel can not only help you in your personal life, but also in your entrepreneurial career. Have you ever thought about it that if you're not necessarily in your 80s or 90s, but do not hear that well, how detrimental that can be to an entrepreneur? How in the world can you really be successful unless you can really communicate with your prospect? And I don't mind sharing with you, I purposely have picked Cruise Hearing as a sponsor because I wear hearing aids myself. And it's made a big difference in my life, as well as having a better communication system. Nothing is more important than being able to understand one another. And in fact, one of my ichisms, as I like to call them, is that how many times have you heard it's not a matter of what you say or how you say it that counts. What counts is whether you are understood. If people don't understand you, does it matter whether you're tap dancing or you're shouting? It doesn't matter. What I was going to suggest is that why don't you join up with us as far as building your own business, and a lot of people that are employed cannot really make the type of income they need to keep them in the lifestyle they'd like. And I want to invite anyone that's listening to the program now that on April the 29th, that's the last Tuesday of this month, 11:30 to 1, we're having an in-person meeting at the headquarter office of the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce. Please come. For $10, you can have all the pizza, and we have some roll-up sandwiches. Your investment will actually turned out to be an opportunity for you to enjoy other people's company as well as enjoy some great snacks as well. Call 888-489-8980. That's our toll-free number. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't answer the phone at 3 in the morning. Maybe 3:15. But anyway, join us 11:30 to 1. It's going to be at the Lakes Chamber headquarter office, which is 305 North Pontiac Trail in Wall Lake, Michigan. You can actually see Wall Lake from our office. So you can enjoy company, food, and make some great connections. And we plan on having one of our super talented entrepreneurs speak that day, and Ross Sillers, who has a company, Sillers Media, will be talking about artificial intelligence and how you can actually take artificial intelligence and use it intelligently in your business to start and grow your business. As I mentioned, when you have a job that you're not quite happy and you want to be your own boss, why not start what is best described as a side hustle? A side hustle basically means you do not need to leave your current job if you're getting a paycheck. If you're able to get out without a paycheck, that's great. But when you have a side hustle, it means you're your own boss. You cannot be fired. And at the same time, you can earn as much as is possible for you to get it out there. And there's a 4-letter word called work, W-O-R-K. And rather than trying to do it alone, I am so excited about actually not only having Rosh as part of our team. We have a great group of entrepreneurs on our board. We have actually not only Rosh doing digital marketing, but we also have Lou Goutman, who's a dynamo when it comes to advertising alternatives. And as a new friend, I am really excited about meeting a super marketing and PR person by the name of JANINE SADAJ. JANINE has actually been around the block, so to speak, worked with some terrific companies, and now has got a company of her own called J9. Is that right, JANINE SADAJ?
Yes, that's right. Thank you, Ike. I appreciate that.
Being a creative person, so many people, when they start a business, will think it's clever that they'll take the letters of their grandkids' first name and call it JSL Enterprises. Big deal. What does that mean? But you went and took your name and actually added the meaning to it. It's J with a numeric 9. Is that right?
That is.
And tell us, as the format with the Entrepreneurs Network, give us your 60-second elevator pitch. Go for it.
Will do. Thanks for that introduction. J9 Media Solutions was launched in 2003 after 2 consecutive layoffs. And basically, I decided that it was better to take my, history, my own. I keep hearing myself in the background. Hold on a second. I hope I'm not echoing on your call. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, not a
Basically,
problem.
we help other organizations. We work with mission-based organizations to try to help them with their communication strategy, and then in all reality, to be more successful in whatever it is that they're trying to do, whether it's an organization like Hope Against Trafficking, who's trying to help survivors recover from the trauma that they've experienced and help them get back to real life, or to help a robotics company who's trying to break into new markets, get more well-known, and eventually sell their company. So it's been a pleasure to work with all different kinds of companies to try to help them get the impactful results that they want.
Wow. And you actually, to your credit, not only work with for-profit businesses, but you also work with a nonprofit organization. So many times these organizations that are especially nonprofit assume that they're going to just do everything with the volunteers they have from their group. And that's such a terrible mistake to make. They're wonderful people that join up with these organizations, but they suddenly get out of their lane. We've been promoting the Hope Against Traffic, and the truth of it is, everyone that's decent knows how horrible a situation is like that. That here in the year 2025, we have a different form of slavery. It's terrible. And a lot of these organizations want to try to do the message on their own and get it out. But instead, you've been involved with promoting, and I'm so glad that I've had a chance to meet you that way so that we can help organizations that are nonprofit really do it professionally and effectively. But in terms of side hustle, we talked about the opportunities available, but like anything, to be successful, you have to have some sort of a game plan. And I wondered if you could identify what, in your opinion, should someone be prepared to do as far as with a side hustle. You have given me actually 5 terrific topics to pick up on, and that is, number 1 is discover your passion. Do you want to address that?
Sure, I can do that. So basically, when you're starting a business, especially if you're using your free time to do it, like a side hustle would need to do, you really need to think about, what are you passionate about? What is something that would make you feel like you weren't working when you're doing it? Because obviously you're giving up free time to try to earn some more money. So I try to encourage anyone to really think about what their passion is and try to figure out what could they do that would tie those two things together to earn money and also help them feel like they're not working a day in their life. And, when I actually started, it was 2003. I had been laid off 2 years in a row, and I had a 3-pronged approach to trying to figure out how I was going to pay my mortgage and my car and all the other things that go with a home. And what I did is I looked for jobs in PR. I also looked for sales jobs. And then I started to research how to become a business owner. And I was networking with my friends in PR and marketing and letting them know that I was looking for work, but that I was also considering consulting. And before you knew it, I was a consultant because that was what was working, and it's what I really feel passionate about. It's nice to be able to set your goals for yourself and to be able to work around whatever's happening in your life. And it's really been a joy to do this for now. It's been 22 years.
That's an indication in itself, the length of time that you have. And one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is they quit too soon. Never quit. If you have really a passion, and it's been said in different ways, and one of my favorite sayings about discovering your passion is that everyone has got an inner passion that they would love to be able to do to make money at it. And the old saying goes that if you can identify what you really love to do and find a way to make money at it, then you'll be never doing a day's work. You'll always be enjoying it. It may sound Pollyannish, but it's almost like being on vacation. Every day you're doing something that you love to do, and you're making money at it. And everyone has got a strength, and that's where mentoring comes in, and that's part of the mission that we have, the Entrepreneurs Network Group. We work with SCORE and the Small Business Administration. So once you identify what you want to do, we try to pinpoint how you can make it happen. I wanted to continue on some of the strategies that you have, and another one is about adapting and innovating. Do you want to address that?
Sure, I can do that. So I think one of the things that entrepreneurs really need to look at before they decide to maybe jump off of working for a living for someone else is that they need to make sure that they're comfortable with being adaptive and thinking creatively, being innovative, because those are the kinds of things that you really have to be comfortable with in order to be successful at being an entrepreneur. If you can't, when someone tries to say no to you, you have to come up with a different answer that would get them to yes. So a good example of that is when I had approached the MS Society, it's a Multiple Sclerosis Society of Michigan, about doing some work for them. She was all excited about doing it. She said, but the problem is I don't have any budget. And I said, oh, that's too bad. I said, well, I wonder if there's another way we can look at this. And then she kind of had a light bulb go off in her head, and she said, oh, well, you know what? If you can do some work, I can pay you when we're done with our fundraising season. And I was in a position where I could accept those conditions, and so I was flexible. And guess what? I think it was 3 to 6 months of work that I wouldn't have had if I would have just said no. And the same thing for her. She could have just said, no, I don't have the money, but she thought in her head, I'm the chief of this organization. Is there a way for me to get what it is that I need? So that's how it worked out.
Well, that's being creative on it. And the other one that I think is vital that you have shared with me is cultivating authentic connections. What does that mean?
Well, basically, I think people get into a bad situation when they're not authentically who they are. You can pretend to be somebody that is one thing, but if you definitely, show up every day, genuinely, who you want to be and the way you want to lead or look for clients or do some work, if you're authentic, I think it shines through. People don't like to work with people that are not being authentic with them. Obviously no one wants to be dishonest or anything, and it's not necessarily the same if you pretend to be someone you're not. But I really think that if you're who you are, so like, for example, with me, is I've always been a person who likes to help other people, and I'm always looking for ways to solve problems. You could just ask my husband. it makes him crazy.
I'm a husband. I can understand.
Yes. But I'm a natural-born problem solver, and I'm a communicator. So I'm just being who I am all day long. And I like to help people. So when I started, I really wanted to work with nonprofits. And really that was one of my first clients were nonprofits. And it was right after 9/11 that I got laid off the first time. And then it was a year later. So the economy was not that good. And so some people would say, well, geez, I can't believe you started business then. But it was perfect because nobody that was out there was really doing a lot of hiring. But if I could say to them, well, I'm available for project work, or I can be someone that works for you on your marketing and PR, but you don't have to put in another person that you have to pay benefits for. And so that was, just a way. And really what I did is I reached out to the network I had already built, because I had been working in my career since I was really a student at Wayne State University. So I had a whole group of people that knew who I was. They knew that I was good at the work that I did. And so it was an easy way to, help other people that I already knew. And they knew who I was and the kind of work I did. And so, that's just how it all worked. But you have to be authentic. You have to be a person of integrity that's going to do what you said you were going to do, and all those kinds of things too.
I can't stress strongly enough what you said about always be yourself. I have an Nikism that I think is appropriate. It says always be yourself, because everyone else has been taken. So the truth of it is, and the truth of it is that if you're not yourself, you're always frustrated and trying to continue on a role that's not really you. And unless you're an actor and given a specific script, you can't act your way through life as a phony. And that is so easy to detect. And by the way, that is one of the real terrible mistakes. A lot of people that think that they can fool other people, they try to pretend that they know stuff they don't. And it's very easy for someone that you're trying to work with to identify. They're not going to tell you many times up front, but they just won't do business with you because they've detected that it's not you. You have to be you. And
definitely.
One of the other
one
thoughts
thing I do.
What's that?
Sorry about that. What I was going to say is that what I do is if I run into a situation where I have a client who needs something that I don't really do or deliver or do as well as someone else, I find a partner. And that's what I did with actually your speaker at the next conference, Ross Sillers. We met through some friends, and I needed someone to do some SEO work for a client. And we connected, and he's been working with me for several years now, and it's really helped to get, my clients what they needed without me having to learn a whole new skill set that is really too much. It's just not, he's going to stay up to date on those things, and I don't have to worry about it. And all I have to do is make sure that he's doing what I need his, my clients to have done.
Mm-hmm. Well, Rush is our digital marketing director, and when we are speakers, I mentioned the 29th. If anyone listening wants to hear some of the latest innovative ways of having artificial intelligence used intelligently, join us 11:30 to 1 on the 29th at the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce, 305 North Pontiac Trail in Wall Lake, Michigan. But feel free to call me at any time, 888-489-8980. We only have about couple of minutes left, and I wondered, we always hear the importance, not only in your regular career, but especially for a side hustle, on how to align yourself with your values. So can you address that thought? How does one develop their business career by actually working on a mission-driven type program?
Sure. So what I encourage any business owner to do, or someone that wants to start becoming someone who has a side hustle, is really they should look to the Small Business Administration. They have a lot of very inexpensive or free courses on how to determine what your core values are, or you could work with a coach. I've done that too. And really what it is that if you take that time to set aside and figure out what are the most important things to you as a person, not necessarily just as a business owner, but what is important to you as a person. And for me, that is being mission driven. I like to help people. I'm a person of service. And so if I can work with mission-based organizations, then I can help more people, because I'm not only helping the business, but I'm helping all the people they help. So It's really a way to amplify the impact that I have on the community. And, I've done work in the community with a career networking group out of my church for many years after I lost my job and started my business. But I think it's really important for people to think about what is most important to them, because that's what's going to make you stick to doing the side hustle or the work that it is you've chosen. And really the last point, just because I know we only have a few more minutes, is that you want to also make sure that you have expertise in whatever you're trying to sell. I know that sounds basic, but you want to be able to bring some value to whoever you're selling to. So if you don't know what it is that you're trying to sell, they're going to see through that very easily too.
Well, the wonderful thing about getting out is that houses of faith or organizations like the Rotary Club and the Optimist Club that I belong to are wonderful ways to make friends. And if you just tell them and you're yourself what you do, you many times have got the best sales force in the whole world, because if they like you and trust you, they'll recommend you to their friends. And they say there's a rule of 250, that almost every human being that walks the face of the earth has about 250 people that are going to come to your wedding and to your funeral. So everyone that you know has got about 250 contacts that you could be in touch with. But be yourself and be honest and be trustworthy. We got a lot more to talk about, but not today, because I want to wrap up this segment. And anyone that's interested in being in touch with you, if they want to call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980, we'll be glad to make it happen. And my favorite parting thought is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.